Call this meeting to order. This is the regular city council meeting for Tuesday, December 25th, 2022. Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bembas.
Here.
Councilman Blair.
Here.
Councilman Carter.
Here.
Councilwoman Davies.
Here.
Mayor Gillis.
Here.
Councilwoman Harris.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin.
Here.
Order.
Can we have a moment of silent prayer? Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I need a motion to approve this evening's agenda.
So moved.
Second. Comments, questions, or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have no presentation tonight, so we'll get right into public comment. If you'd like to speak before the council, you have 5 minutes to speak. Please state your name, address. Council will not reply, but they will be listening. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Doug Viol, 505 Lathrop, Algonac. First of all, I say I know you folks do a lot of good things and do it on volunteer time, a lot of it, and I like to compliment you on that. But I am very disappointed in the handling of the whole Lathrop drain thing. As you know, we were here a couple weeks ago, represented by the neighborhood. It's been going on almost 3 years, and we had talked, and I'm a very patient person. I don't fly off the handle, and in a way I was a spokesperson for the street, and most of you were aware because you were here at the last meeting. Well, the history on this, again, it was about 3 years ago, and we waited patiently for engineering studies, and we're gonna do this, led to believe, well, we're gonna fix it when we, get all the studies done and everything else. And here, lo and behold, I get the letter last week, the lawyered up letter that says we're not legally, can't go on your property and so on and so forth. And for me, it's just a huge disappointment the way this thing was handled. I know I wasn't happy with the one solution that was put out there, but I wanted to hear more about it. I wanted to talk to the city engineer, who never called me back, which, again, just the whole situation is a very big disappointment. And I know, our street, you probably don't wanna hear it, but we know we're high taxpayers in the city, and right now, I don't feel like we're getting any attention on a lot of things for that reason. And this one's a biggie, and if legal access was an issue, I guess, the city already broke the law, because they've been on my property before. So, I know this isn't over, it's a huge issue. I'm very disappointed in the stance, the city's taken, bringing a lawyer to it, and, we, the neighborhood on Lathrop's gotta decide what we're gonna do next, but, I just wanted to express that. I'm really disappointed.
Thank
Thank you.
Greg Loggins, 450 Lathrop. We received this letter from your lawyers and I think from one of the ladies here. And it states on here, it says during the high water levels. Well, this has been going on before the water ever got high. Matter of fact, your department came over there and saw cut the road when the water was low. And they were gonna replace a drain, and instead they patched it. They also patched one on Conley in the waterfront over there in front of Barb Odo's house. They went down to Doug's house and they fixed the drains by putting new concrete around them. It is a public road, and that's a public drain. The drain doesn't go to the sewers like the lawyer said. It's a public drain, not a sewer. It doesn't go to the processing plant at all.
that goes right out to the canal. And all those need to be fixed, they were put in wrong back in the day, we get that. But you already paid $12,500 of the taxpayers' money to do a French drain study. Use that money and let's get something going here. That needs to be done, because right now the water levels are very low. It's a great time to do it. You're gonna dig, not have water flowing in on you or nothing. It's a perfect time to get it done. Let's try to do that. We got a new regime up here, let's try to get it. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ken Mays, 7727 River Road. I'm here representing my brother-in-law at 1823 Washington Street. And he got citations for a tent-type shed. The reason he isn't here, he's working out of town. He's been working out of town for more than a year. He's only home on weekends, going around the town. His sister lives right next door to him, and her other two sisters went and took pictures this weekend of 36 of these all around town. He had no idea that there would be a discrepancy of going to buy one. He spent more than $1,000 on it, putting in a base, and a nice base on it, the whole shot. And then he turns around and gets a citation when they took pictures of 36 of these in the city. And he had no idea that there would be a violation. Why would you need to go to the city for a temporary shed? And everybody else has got them all over. In fact, one went up right next to your house, Mike. And that's just recent. It was like, he was home 2 weeks ago, went and drove around, and it wasn't there. It's there now. I mean, if somebody would say, you can't have these, that's one thing. Now he's got a $500, pay the attorney, an appearance ticket now to come in to January 19th, go to court. It just doesn't seem logical enough. I mean, you know, he'd probably end up taking it down, end up paying all this and whatever, but it's ridiculous to go through this. Like I said, he's only home, he gets home Friday night late, leaves out Sunday night to go back. You guys aren't around, nobody's around, nothing's open. He never even thought to request, because there's so many of them around. How would you even think to have to get a permit to put up like an easy up? But that's what he did. Now this is what he's got. And I truly don't understand it. I really don't. And that's, just wanted to come and say so, just for his respect. Like I said, and your own neighbor, in the past week, put one up. How is that? I mean, that part I just don't understand.
Thank you.
Hi, Roland Alex, 7465 Commerce, Michigan. I'm here with Pulveroff and Clark, and first I want to apologize to the gentleman from Lathrop. Here's my card. I never personally received a phone call, but I can understand how frustrated you guys are. It's tough to come up after you hear people who are frustrated with some of the opinions that us or that your lawyers may have come up with. So I already feel like I'm digging myself out a little hole here, but we take that very seriously, and I appreciate if you would call me tomorrow or the next day and we could talk through with that gentleman what I understand is the issues, and I can feel, as a homeowner, I can understand the frustration. So besides that, I'm here to, one, thank the city for the last 2 years of having us under contract to be your general civil engineers. I do want to say I've been very impressed with Denise and specifically Joe Grenier from DPW. Last 2 years they've been very professional, have been representing the city very well. So we're here tonight, hopefully later on in the meeting, looking for a 1-year extension for our contract. But I'm here to answer any questions that I think Rocky or Mr. Mayor, you mentioned you can't ask questions right now, but at some point when our agenda item comes up, I'd be happy to come up and answer questions. So again, thank you, and I know people can get frustrated with city manager and DPW, but you guys have great staff here to represent the city very professionally. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Wendy Lunkevich, and I live at 927 Washington Street in Algonac. And I was on, the meeting notice, about blight at my address. after hearing some people come up, I think maybe there's a communication issue with residents getting through with, city officials when you do get the notices. I received, a notice about it back end of October, a first notice from the city. I had contracted COVID at the time, so I called up to the city, spoke with someone, explained the situation, that I had allowed family members to move in. I had to evict them, and there was just stuff all over my yard. There was a camper, there was things that, maybe like 50, I mean, it was a lot of stuff per the pictures. I explained that I had COVID and that I had reached out to a couple places as a single parent to find out how to get the items removed. And I was told that, one, it was fall cleanup, so I would have to wait until opening. And then the other issue was, some of the things had titles, so because they weren't mine, they had to do something with the state to be able to remove them from my property. There must be like a lack of communication, because the next notice I got was from, I was just asking for extension of time, was from the city attorney. And that letter, again, it mentioned in it, unless you are willing to abate the issue. I did try to contact the city attorney via phone and going in there after I received the notice in December, and to let them know I had already contracted to have the stuff removed, and I never received a phone call back. In fact, today was the first day after going again yesterday that he called me back and we spoke about the issue. And so I'm thinking that perhaps that's probably an issue, is when a resident has an issue. I've gotten notices throughout the years. Sometimes they're kind of vague. So I've always gone up to the city building, and if it's an issue that is kind of vague, I ask them what the problem is. They usually will come out or just tell me and I address it. So I've never been one not to address the issue. This issue this time though was a little more extensive. Like I said, the items had titles, so it wasn't something that could be done, like, there was a little bit more of a process. I spent approximately $3,300 having all that debris removed from my property. All of it was removed mostly by last weekend. And then, and I have pictures of that as well, of my property. Then Friday I got a $500 notice from the city saying that for attorney fees for the letter that got sent. I'm a single parent, my only income's disability, so it costs a lot for me to get that debris removed. So if the communication was more open, I think a lot of the problems would be solved a little better. I see there's like this Facebook site, I've never commented on it, nor would I, but I think that site, a lot of those issues, if the communication was open a little better, like getting callbacks, it probably would alleviate a lot of that that's coming from the residents. So that's all I have to say. And I have pictures that the stuff was cleaned up, so thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else like to speak for the council?
I'm Denny Smith. I'm at 1819 Washington, right next to my brother, 1823 that my brother-in-law spoke about. I just wanted to tell you, since Chris bought that house, it was in shambles. He gutted it, and he's told all these improvements to the neighborhood. He got rid of all the blight in the backyard. And my home too, I improved my neighborhood too. We've totally redone my house. You know, he's in home two full days a month. He's out of state the rest of the time. And it's just about impossible for him to do anything with that now. And I've got the pictures here if you want them. We went around town and just in a short few hours, we got 36 of the same type of thing that he's being cited for, plus a $500 fine. And it just doesn't seem reasonable to me to treat him like that. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
What did he offer to say or do? I'm hearing it paired and I don't understand.
Excuse me,
that.
please approach the
If you,
podium.
if you'd like to come speak before the council, you can approach the podium, state your name and address, and then you have 5 minutes to speak. And within the 5 minutes, the council will not respond, but we will listen.
Okay, I'll go last if there ain't nobody else.
There's,
I think there's nobody else, so it could be you.
So. Merry Christmas,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
I'm a service-connected disabled vet, getting my rocking chair money now all of a sudden, but that's another story, but I have the property at 2553 St. Clair River Drive. Algonac, North Algonac.
Point of order, can I get a name, please? Mayor Gillis?
could we get a,
Michael Paul Dennis,
thank you, sir.
and, there was, a letter given out saying that there was gonna be declared a, nuisance, our property. We've been there since 1974, high times, low times. People that lived there before me, my parents, my dad couldn't read and write, and the council didn't treat him right back then because he didn't understand how to do it. My mom had Alzheimer's dementia since 2006. My father died in 2006. And now I get a chance to rectify everything because that's the way everything's written up and the way it is. It's the way the cards fell, which is unfortunate. But we're productive people in the community. We go through our highs and lows and that, but we help people. I believe in the we thing, not me, not I, because everybody's me, I bullshit. But I mean, leadership starts with somebody being the leader. And where's Mr. Vandenbosch? You ever show up here? County commissioner from our district?
Right behind you.
Oh, he is? I don't see him.
Right here.
Oh, I'm talking about the other skinny guy.
Mr. Dennis,
Yes,
please address the council.
Oh, sorry about
Thank you.
that, Mr. Gillis.
You're, just you have time, only have 5 minutes, so,
Right, how many, but I got about a minute left.
I don't know.
But anyways, this is a showpiece of the water. We got the belt out here, and Algonac goes way back farther than people even know. We got Tecumseh over here on Wapu Island. But I mean, not to mimic or be like Marion City, but there's no reason why we can't step things up a little bit. It looks beautiful with the blue lights, but to get more commerce going, here and there, we get crooks and idiots working for us, different places, but we get through it. We've been here, we're talking back in the Trapper days, you know, Lewis and Clark. And we got something going here that everybody's forgot, because everybody's like this. And there's so much more to life than that. And to live life, you gotta live. If you don't live, you don't have life. And people need to think of that in a better way, 'cause it's short. The time we're here is not even a flash in the pan in the overall realm of things, but it's a we thing, community thing, pitch in and help people. There's a lot of misfortunate people. Algonac always, it was known as this or that for the property, but the majority of people lived here were poor. We didn't have a millage for 6 years, you know, and when we got one, we did pretty damn good. Freshmen, but I mean, I just wanna see things improve for my grandkids and everybody else. And I wanna know what the problem is with my property.
We can't respond, but
Yeah.
we are, I'm so
Councilwoman
sorry.
Davey, unfortunately, we cannot respond. We could talk after the meeting, but we don't speak during public comment. This is your time to speak.
Cool beans, yeah, later, peace.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else like to speak before the council? Hearing none, let's move on to the city manager's report. Mrs. Kirstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. Item number 1, the Spark Grant Round 1. The city has submitted an application for $1 million. That was submitted on December 14th for the Algonac Community Swimming Pool. The applications were due yesterday. The award announcements are expected in January of 2023. 910 Columbia, the city council asked if that an update could be provided at this meeting, last meeting. There has been no significant changes since last meeting regarding that property. Fire department controlled burn. The Harbor Club has once again requested a controlled burn on the outer island at the south tip of the property and at the west edge. This will be a training exercise for the fire department, and the burn will take place, depending on the weather, hopefully soon. Regarding Christmas Card Lane, you may have noticed the giant Christmas cards in the Riverfront Park this year. Those were created by a local nonprofit, Algonac Alive. These 4-foot by 8-foot plywood cards are meant to share holiday joy with the community by displaying cartoon characters, animals, unique images, and/or Christmas themes. Next year, Algonac Alive would like to expand the display of cards in the front yards throughout the community, and they will be sharing more information on how to do that in the near future. A short update on the establishment of the wastewater treatment plant authority. The process continues to move forward. There is a tentative plan to transfer county administrative duties to the authority by April 1st. The authority will need to execute 2 different service agreements with the county, one for the supervisor and one for the 3 employees, which will allow the authority to temporarily release the employees from the county. The authority will need a financial person on board around April 1st to start working out the transfer details with the county. And currently there are 3 trustees planned for the authority, 1 from each community, plus an alternate for each community. That's the update for today. Thank you, Mayor Dennis.
Thank you. Any questions for Mrs. Gerstenberg?
I have one. I was just thinking of it now. The 3 trustees for the authority, is that a voluntary position or a paid position?
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. Mayor Pro Tem Martin, that has not been discussed yet as to whether they would be able to.
Okay.
Any others? Hearing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. The consent agenda group consists of the city council meeting minutes from December 6, 2022, departmental reports on blight enforcement, building, DPW, finance, fire department, water department, communication notices is the boards and commissions roster. Miscellaneous business is the adopt the MDOT 2023 performance resolution 2022-18, approve water plant sludge removal, and that is it. And a motion for the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Any comments, questions, or concerns? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, now we're on to new business. Item A is to adopt the 2023 MDOT Performance Resolution 2022-18 to allow the city for work within the state right away. This performance resolution is required annually by the Michigan Department of Transportation to allow the city to apply.
Councilman Gillis, that was part of the consent agenda, so you
Oh.
just need to go to new business.
I'm so sorry. Changed it up on me a little bit here. I apologize. Next, we are asked to adopt the amendment to Chapter 50 zoning. We're going to adopt the amendment to the ordinance of the City of Algonac, St. Clair County to amend Chapter 50 zoning, Article 8, Central Business District, Section 229, Principal Uses Permitted by amending subparagraph 22. The Central Business District ordinance is designed to provide for a mix of use in a compact setting. Currently, single and mixed-use developments containing retail, office, residential, or public uses are permitted in the district. It is proposed that the following 2 paragraphs be added to the existing ordinance to ensure any new developments also agree with the goals set forth by the current master plan. Section 50-229, principal uses permitted. All businesses shall promote development that meets the goals of the city's current master plan, providing successful, vibrant, and attractive commercial centers with unique offerings, sustaining well-maintained and desirable neighborhood, offering plentiful leisure and recreational opportunities, abundant pedestrian connections, aesthetic pleasing roads and green spaces, and serving as a destination for emerging business and entrepreneurs. 22D, the City of Algonac's current master plans and goals and objectives shall be considered at the time of the request for many other uses under this subsection, including those submitted pursuant to the city's planned development ordinance, code section 50-356. The Planning Commission recommended adoption of this ordinance amendment at their meeting of August 22nd, 2022. The City Council approved the introduction of this amendment on December 6th, 2022. Could I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to adopt an amendment to chapter 50, zoning, article 8, CBD, Central Business District, section 229, principal uses permitted by amending subparagraph 22.
Support.
Comments, questions, and concerns? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Blair,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Councilwoman Davy,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, next up, we have item 11B, to adopt amendment to ordinance of the city of Algonac, St. Clair County, to amend chapter 50 zoning, article 4, general business district, section 257, principal uses permitting by amending subparagraph 15. Just like the previous ordinance, the general business district is designed to provide for all the same uses in the central business district, along with a variety of other more diverse businesses often located to serve passerby traffic like veterinarian clinic or dry cleaners. It is proposed that the following two paragraphs be added to the existing ordinance to ensure any development also agree with the goals set forth by the current master plan. Principal uses permitted. All businesses shall promote development that meets the goals of the city's current master plan, providing successful, vibrant, and attractive commercial centers with unique offerings sustaining well-maintained and desirable neighborhoods, offering plentiful leisure and recreational day, abundant pedestrian connections, aesthetically pleasing roads and green spaces, and serving as a destination for emerging business and entrepreneurs. 15B, the city of Algonac's current master plans, goals, and objectives shall be considered at the time of request for permitting other uses under this subsection, including those submitted pursuant to the city's planned development district ordinance codes 50-356. The Planning Commission recommended adoption of this ordinance at their meeting of August 22nd of 2022, and the City Council approved the introduction of this amendment on December 6th, 2022. Could I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to adopt an amendment to chapter 50 zoning, article 9, general business district, section 257, principal uses permitted by amending subparagraph 15.
Second.
I'll support.
Comments, questions, or concerns? Hearing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Blair.
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Councilwoman Davy,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 11C is to adopt an amendment to an ordinance of the city of Algonac, St. Clair County, Michigan, to amend chapter 50 zoning by adding article 6A, the Algonac Elementary Overlay District. Since 2017, Algonac has been proactively seeking development of the former Algonac Elementary Schools. Many parties have been interested, but none have committed. In 2021, the City Council commissioned an architect to prepare a development analysis of the former school to facilitate its evolution. Flexibility is crucial, as the city could slowly, through small incremental changes or with rapidly large-scale mixed-use development, to encourage development and protect the best interests of the city. This proposed ordinance 50-180, Algonac Elementary Overlay District, establishes in broad terms a vision for the former school. An overlay is a regulatory tool that creates a special zoning district placed over an existing base zone, currently R2, one family residential, which identifies special provisions in addition to those in the current underlying base zone. The proposed ordinance addresses a comprehensive collaborative review process where dynamic uses like retail, restaurant, food and beverage, entertainment, hotel, medical and healthcare facilities, educational and vocational training offices, and or public uses are encouraged. An environment that allows for higher intensity of overall site usage using building design, use orientation, and abundant landscape to minimize impact on adjacent properties. Safe and efficient access and on-site circulation for cars and pedestrians. Flexibility in the mixture of types, layouts, building designs, and overall uses that can be responsive to changes in market demands. Active and passive recreational spaces, civic spaces, public art opportunities, and natural landscapes. And the goals of the city master plan. Any proposed development in the overlay district would follow the established planned development district process. A developer would request preliminary plan approval from the planning commission, who will hold a public hearing and forward a recommendation to city council to approve or disapprove. If the city council approves, the developer prepares an overlay site plan and proposed construction schedule and goes back to planning commission for final site plan approval. No second public hearing is required. The planning commission recommendation is then sent to city council for approval or denial. If the city council approves, the developer can begin preparing plans and specifications and pursuing building permits. In addition to the PDD process, the overlay district would require mutually agreed upon development agreement between the city and the developer to accomplish the goals of the district. The overlay district offers more flexibility for a developer, more control for the city, and prevent certain uses currently permitted that would not be ideal for the city. For example, currently one of the principal uses permitted on the school property is a cemetery. Under the existing zoning, it is unlikely the city could prevent this development from happening. In addition, one of the current uses permitted in special conditions is adult foster care facility. While this would need approval from the planning commission with a public hearing in city council, it is unlikely this use of the property as an adult foster care facility could be denied. The planning commission recommended adoption of this ordinance at their meeting of August 22nd of 2022. The city council approved the introduction of this amendment on December 6, 2022. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to adopt an amendment to chapter 50 zoning by adding article 6A, Algonac Elementary Overlay District.
I'll second.
Comments, questions, or concerns? Hearing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Councilwoman Davy,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Blair,
Yes.
motion carried.
Item 11D is to approve abatement of nuisance resolution 2022-16 for 927 Washington Street. The city current council attorney has requested the city council declare this property nuisance per the city code section 34-18 so that enforcement can be initiated in the St. Clair County Circuit Court. The building department has investigated 35 separate complaints since 2012, and the St. Clair County Sheriff has investigated 26 cases in 2016 and 17 in 2017 before the property owner was convicted in 72nd District Court for the St. Clair County for maintaining a disorderly house at 927 Washington. The property remains non-compliant with city codes regarding the following issues: tall grass, storage of jet skis in the right of way, parking of vehicles on both sides of stop sign causing visible obstructions for the motorists, trash cans in open view, blocking the sidewalk with vehicles, open storage, go-karts, buckets, trash buckets, etc. The owner of the property ignores or fails to respond to the violation notices provided by the city. The owner has been notified by first-class mail of the city council's consideration of this matter at tonight's meeting. Attached is a resolution for the council approval. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve resolution 2022-16 and declare 927 Washington a nuisance within the bounds of code section 34-18 and permit the city attorney to pursue abatement remedies in the St. Clair County Circuit Court.
Do we have the support? With no support, then the motion would fail, correct? I will support it for discussion. Discussion?
Okay, I'll start by saying I feel really bad for the residents. It's tough, I was a single parent a long time ago with 2 kids, and I know it's tough. There are many ways we can help. I know Mayor Gillis and I have helped people out before in their organizations, that if we had to, we could help do what needs to be done. But we have to be objective counsel, and we can't make exceptions because we have feelings. We have to use our logic and do what's right for the city overall. But in the meantime, I definitely advise the citizen to get with any of us, and we can point you in a direction where you can get some help, or contact the city manager afterwards, asking for extensions or whatever needs to happen.
I agree. but since, and there really wasn't much support of council, would council like to postpone this for a month?
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
in some ways I do agree with Councilman Bembas that work with the council for the betterment of the city. Some of these decisions are difficult to make. I believe that we always do our due diligence as a council and the municipality to follow the letters of the law, including following our attorney. With that being said, I believe that we should probably move forward, maybe make an exception now, we'll have to make exceptions in the future for who knows what. I was hesitant, of course, the holidays and you're emotional, but we gotta take emotions out of it and shouldn't have been so hesitant to support, so I believe that we move forward.
Councilman Gillis?
Yes.
As you can see, this property has been a constant problem for both the city and the sheriff's office. The reason why it gets to the attorney is because there has been no contact either with myself or with the code enforcement officer. The city attorney was contacted recently and did speak with the homeowner, I believe it was this morning. The code officer did go out today and the homeowner has cleaned up a number of items on the property. The passage of this particular nuisance resolution allows the city to then go to court if the homeowner continues to fail to maintain their property.
The homeowner,
Instead of going back to city council again.
the homeowner will have 3 weeks from today before any action would be taken too, correct?
The homeowner still has 3 more weeks to clean up the property.
Mayor Gillis, it would also be my hope that if the city sees excellent and good progress, that they could delay it even further, as long as there's constant good progress. But this just sets the basis of the matter in motion if there isn't that process. And delaying it is like playing favorites
I'm just,
with other citizens.
I understand, I'm just throwing an option out there on it.
So then Mayor Gillis, would it be possible that if in 3 weeks before it does go to court, that she cleans it up and that it doesn't go at all? And we would be informed on that in 2 weeks from now at the next meeting?
Yes, if the property was cleaned up within 3 weeks, it would not go to court, correct, Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Correct. It would only go to court if she fails to clean it up.
Did you understand all of that?
I did. I did speak to the city attorney this morning, and the entire property has been cleaned. I have pictures, so there is no more, everything's been removed from my property. There's absolutely nothing outside of my yard other than my kennel. I leave my dog to go potty in the kennel and not step in dog
Okay.
so
Thank you.
other than a dog kennel, there's nothing out there.
So Mayor Gillis, I'm to assume that by passing this nuisance order, she's only gonna be in violation if it's not cleaned. If it is, this
Then
motion will
there
be
would-
abolished and we can.
Correct.
Wonderful.
Okay, thank you.
Mayor Gillis, if I could, you can contact me or anyone here within those next 3 weeks.
Okay.
If you're not quite sure of the process and want some help with, oh gee, I'm not sure about this and who do I talk to, please feel free to contact me or anyone
I
else.
appreciate it.
We'd
Thank
be
you.
more than happy to help you out.
Thank you very much.
All right, Councilwoman David, we'll be moving on, thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, I just wanna say, when I heard that 3 weeks time period, that makes me feel better, as long as the effort within the next 3 weeks satisfies what's happening. That was important.
Any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Davy,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Blair,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
motion carried.
All right, next up, we're to approve abatement of nuisance resolution 2022-17 for 2553 St. Clair River Drive. The city attorney has requested that the city council declare this property a nuisance
Point of order, sir.
Mr. Dennis,
I'm sorry.
you
Point
have,
of order, you need to sit down, please, sir.
you have to sit down, sir.
Oh, I don't get to stand up and represent myself.
No, that was during public comment.
I'm sorry.
That was during public comment, sir.
See, all right, seems backwards to me.
Point of order, sir.
All right, do your thing.
The city attorney has requested that the city council declare this property a nuisance per city code section 34-18. The city has conducted multiple code violation investigations of the property located at 2553 St. Clair River Drive since 2007. There continues to be an outdoor storage of items including coolers, gas cans, garbage bags, cans, folding chairs, snowmobile, ATV shovels, wood cabinets, baby cart, large box containers, wheelbarrow, broken furniture, tent frame, etc. The owner of the property ignores or fails to respond to violation notices by the city. The owner has been notified by first-class mail of the council's consideration at tonight's meeting. Can I have a motion, please?
I move to approve resolution 2022-17 and declare 2553 St. Clair River Drive a nuisance within the bounds of Code Section 34-18 and permit the city attorney to pursue abatement remedies in the St. Clair County Circuit Court.
Second.
Comments, questions, concerns?
Mayor Gillis, I believe the same provisions will apply with this as it did for the previous one, is that correct?
Yes, 3 weeks before it would go to court.
Thank you, Mayor.
Any other comments, questions?
Mayor, has there been any responses before this evening from the property owner?
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. There has been no contact from the homeowner until this evening. I do have pictures that were taken today, and there really has been no change from the beginning of this case. If the homeowner would like to,
Could you specify what you're talking about and what?
Mr. Dennis, point of order.
Point of order, I understand that, but I mean, this.
Mr. Dennis, point of order. If you'd like to speak, to city manager after the meeting, as she was speaking, you can stay after, but you cannot speak during the
Do
meeting.
you guys have a thing with headsets so I can hear better? Cause I lost my hearing in 1984 in Granada. And my hearing aids don't work, and I'm not hearing everything that's being said by every individual. Your voice I hear good.
Okay.
But a lot of people I don't. I know when you're in court, they have that for people
But,
with disabilities. I mean, I don't wanna miss something.
No, I completely understand.
Mr. Gillis, if someone needs special, hearing aids or, implements, we can do that if we know prior to the meeting, and do that. Right now, I do have some pictures right here that I can go over with the homeowner after the meeting if he would like to stay.
Mr. Dennis, after the meeting, can you hear?
Yeah.
Mrs. Gerstenberg will stay, we'll go over.
Who's Mrs. Gerstenberg? I mean, what's her title?
She is our city manager.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Can I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin.
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Blair.
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davy.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 11F is to approve the consulting agreement renewal for engineering services between the City of Algonac and Hubble Roth and Clark for the period of January 1st, 2023 through December 31st of 2023. On December 3rd, 2019, City Council approved the consulting agreement for engineering services between the City of Algonac and Hubble Roth Clark for the period of January 1st, 2020 through December 31st, 2022 with a one-year option to extend the term. City staff members have been very satisfied with the service provided by Hubble Roth Clark for the following projects. The Deep Drink Water Asset Management Grant, Gulfview Avenue and water replacement, Gulfview Mill Street proposed development, Lathrop Street storm sewer replacement, Lionsfield path paving, Michigan Street mill overlay, North Avenue, Elm Chestnut road rehabilitation, Orchard Street road rehabilitation, Pazer road study, Riverfront boardwalk reconstruction, Robin Street road construction and water main, Scout Park tot lot improvements, SAW grant, the St. Clair County Algonac wastewater treatment plant capacity assistance, service lines materials investigation program, Venetian Way water main replacement, water reliability study, 2022 sewer rehabilitation program. HRC has depth of experience and wide range of technical experience. They provide documents in timely manner, including monthly reports, suggest innovative solutions, seek out and obtain grant money for projects for the city. Their extensive knowledge of water and sewer treatment facilities has been invaluable. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the consulting agreement renewal for engineering services between the city of Algonac and Hubble, Roth and Clark for the period of January 1, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, and authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign the agreement on behalf of the city.
I'll support.
Mr.
Mayor,
Yes.
I would like to make a motion to postpone this agenda item until our next meeting, for time to, think about what is proposed and allow for any citizen input that may be present in our community.
Mayor Gillis, I would agree with that.
How do we handle two motions on the table?
One motion is on the floor already, it needs to be voted.
I support that.
No, we have to vote on the first motion first.
The way I read it, as I thought about this, because I looked up, is, we would vote to either postpone or not postpone, and then go back to the first motion.
The person who made the first motion can amend their motion to postpone.
So you have to go with the first motion and the first support that was made. That the motion maker may amend their motion if they wanted to. Otherwise, you have a motion on the floor that needs to be voted on.
I'm not going to amend my motion. I think Hubble, Roth and HRC has done an excellent job, and this is just extending their contract for 1 year. It doesn't change anything we're already doing. So I think we'd have to vote on that.
Any further discussion?
Yes, Mayor Gillis. And I know that the representative from for when we are in the middle of major projects, Robin Street, for example, I think that it would be helpful to both council and residents to have a representative from HRC come to a meeting, and to ask the city manager, when we know these things are coming on an agenda, to ask a representative from HRC to attend a meeting, so we can ask the engineering firm directly if we have some questions or concerns. That's a concern of mine, and that is what I would like to see happen. It's, from what I've seen, it's pretty standard.
Well, this body has the right to request that to happen.
Mayor Gillis?
Yes.
Whenever the city council would like a representative from HRC to attend a meeting, HRC will be at the meeting.
Any other further discussion on the motion? Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Harris.
No.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin.
No.
Councilman Bempis.
Yes.
Councilman Blair.
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davy.
No.
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-3.
All right, moving on to item 11G. Is to consider boards and commissions appointments and reappointments. The following would like to be considered for appointments to fill the unexpired terms vacated by Councilman Ed Carter. Dangerous Building, Daryl Sepota, partial term ending July 1st, 2024. Housing Commission, Kevin Barnhill, partial term ending January 30th, 2023. Planning Commission, Terry Stoneburner, partial term ending July 17th, 2025. The following board members have terms expiring and would like to be considered for reappointment. Board Review, Jamie Sternberg, term ending January 6, 2023. Zoning Board of Appeals, Chuck Bailey, term ending February 1st, 2023. John Wolf, term ending February 1st, 2023. Sherry Lawton, term ending February 1st, 2023, and Michael Bembas, council liaison, term ending February 1st, 2023. The boards and commissions appointment policy approved by the city council in December 2015 states that new applicants will not be sought out in the case of request and reappointment unless the majority of council. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the following boards and commissioners appointments and reappointments.
I'll support.
Mayor, is it my understanding, or am I incorrect, that we have to do one at a time?
That's how it's written.
City clerk?
You don't have to do one.
Am I allowed to vote on, because if we're doing them all, since my name's on it?
Is Councilman Bembas allowed to vote on his appointment to the, as the council liaison?
Yeah, I believe so. There's no financial interest.
Okay, okay, just wanna make sure we keep an eye on them. Mayor Gillis, most of these people we already know, two of them I do not. And I
Well, then, do we get a support first before we can?
I thought we did.
We did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, that's fine, because half the time I can't remember either. Have you had a chance to talk to, Mr. Sapota and Mr. Barnhill?
I have spoke to Mr. Barnhill. I have not spoke to Mr. Sapota.
Okay, and you're comfortable with both of these gentlemen?
I believe that I would be comfortable.
Mayor Pro Tem, would you get a chance to talk to the Stoneburner person?
As that is the only one required, as that is the only one required by the mayor to appoint, yes, I did speak with her. All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Blair,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Councilwoman Davies,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 11H is to approve water plant GPS field locators in the amount of $2,226. The water plant is requesting funds for the purchase of 2 GPS field locators. These GPS tools will be used with field tables to establish a digital record and exact location of every water supply stop box, isolation valve, fire hydrant, and sanitary sewer access point in the city. The information will be vital as the state of Michigan is starting to require this information on various documents. The total cost of the 2 locators is $1,731 plus $495 setup fee for a total of $2,226. 90% or $2,003 is reimbursable to the city through the SAW grant. CL or I can't pronounce, Giaspato is the only company that responded to this request for quotes. May I have a motion, please, and good luck with that name.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of 2 GPS field locator tools with setup fee through Seller Costaccio, whose address is 5454 Harrison Park Lane in Indianapolis, Indiana, in the amount of $2,226 even.
Second.
Comments, questions, or concerns? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Blair,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Councilwoman Davies,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 12 is to approve accounts payable and payroll in the amount of $329,044.91.
That's your job, Ed.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll in the amount of $329,044.91.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Roll call, please.
Councilman Blair,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Councilwoman Davies,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Items for the next agenda.
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. We will have the audit report presentation by McBride Manley, the 2023 poverty exemption policy and guidelines, and the naming of the St. Clair County Quilt Trail as a charitable organization in the city of Albany.
All right. Council comments. Councilman Bettis.
Hi, everybody. On January 25th, that's just a little bit more than a month out, there's a comedy show coming to Algonac at First Lutheran Church called Sisters Act Out. You can check it out on YouTube. Clean family fun. The church is doing it with a spaghetti dinner. Doors open at 5:30, dinner at 6, performance at 7. Tickets are $10, which means you know I'm selling tickets. So if you're interested, see me, stop next door, and should be a good fun time. Another thing that we're bringing to Algonac. Thank you.
Councilman Blair.
Good evening. Thanks everybody for coming. I know sitting out, as our residents look, that we, you have to understand that us as a council need to be impartial. And some of our citizens come up and sit at the podium and you know, we have to hear them, we have to listen to what their concerns are, of course, and us not being able to comment. I don't want anybody to ever think that we're not concerned or we do not care. There's a certain protocol that we have to follow, and being impartial is one of them, and we have to follow the law up here, so I hope everybody does understand that. I also would like to give a thank you to our reappointments and a thank you to our new appointments. Terry, thank you. And this will be the last meeting we have before the holidays. I hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas to all. Have a great night.
Councilman Carter.
Thank you for coming, everyone. I'd like to echo what Councilman Blair said, and we are listening. We can't respond, but we are listening and we do care. And yesterday was an awesome day in the community, Goodfellows, and so many people were fed, families came through. There was actually some emotion as people received gifts because it made a difference in their life, and it was an unbelievably awesome opportunity yesterday to witness and be a part of. And this being the last meeting, I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year, and be safe and look forward to the new year.
Councilwoman Davey.
Thank you. I did want to let everyone know, I know I've seen a lot of the things on social media, which I'm sure we all have. Please reach out to me, to any of us. More than happy to have a chat. I would like to at some point see, instead of things on Facebook, get people together to try to get an idea of what the concerns are. And once we get those written down, then we have something in our hand that we can actually discuss and try to explain to people that, yes, unfortunately, it's hard to hear each individual issue, and we have to go by what the ordinances are. We had an issue with a woman, great woman, in the city not too long ago, and we can't say that we're gonna let this person slide and let this person not. It's rocking a hard place. But please, get a hold of any of us. Like I said, I would love to sit down and talk with people so we can get a more cohesive thing going. I am so impressed with what the city has done to help people who need in this city this year. And I had told someone, because it's hard when you just got done helping a bunch of people, then you see some more people and you want to help them too. And luckily we had so many people coming together this year in so many organizations and individuals like Jennifer Barnes, who did it on her own. I can't say thank you enough to everyone who reached out to help another this Christmas season. And everyone, Merry Christmas and have a very Happy New Year.
Councilwoman Harris.
thank you all for coming, and your concerns are listened to, we do pay attention. I wanna congratulate the new appointments and the reappointments to the boards and commissions. Terry, welcome. And thank the Downriver Goodfellows for all the work that they do. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin?
I also want to thank the people who are willing to volunteer their time to be members of our boards and commissions. Thank you very much. And I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a safe and prosperous New Year.
Thank you. I also would like to thank all the newly appointed and the reappointed board members for their volunteerism on the boards. We greatly appreciate it. I'd like to congratulate the Goodfellows on a successful day yesterday. There was a lot of other groups volunteering. I know Woodside Church. I know the Rotary gave gas cards away during the food drive. It was a really giving day yesterday. The morning started off with a food drive. The evening was topped off with the Goodfellows toy drive. So without them, they made a lot of families Christmases this year, and I greatly appreciate that. I'd like to wish my fellow board members, council members, a Merry Christmas, and I'd like to wish the public a Merry Christmas, and thank you all for coming out, and we'll see you in the new year. With that, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned.